energy, excitement, Pathfinder! Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 45 of the Adventures in Novus podcast. 45 is the sum of all digits 1 through 9. It's like the final boss for math nerds. And that's what we're setting up, baby. We are back with our main campaign in the Free People's Army base, preparing for a war against the final boss of Chapter 2. As always, all of our socials are in the notes, and we appreciate every comment, good or bad. If you could take the time to give this podcast a 5-star review, we'd really appreciate it. And finally, we do have a Patreon with some fun levels. Check it out and donate if you can. Thank you to everyone who has supported us. And as always, our socials are in the notes if you want to reach out to us. Now, let's get this baby started with a recap from me, your humble DM. When we last met K'rrick, Anders, and Travis, they had saved King Raz and his family and brought them back to the Free People's Army base. Picture on the Instagram. It's pretty cool looking. Anders reconnected with his sister Tonya after getting slapped in the face. K'rrick made friends with an Astamoy named Kaelos and started work on translating the Sovian language. Travis finally met a live dwarf outside of his hometown in the Adavan. Tonya needs an army. Greslania grows stronger and bolder. King Raz returns to his homeland to gather what barbarians are left to join his army with Tonya's. Anders vows to retake Greslania with his sister. We stand, we fight, we die. And then there's Baelthor. What has Baelthor been up to? That's a name we haven't heard for a while. Let's reconnect with Baelthor. If you don't remember, he left a note saying that he's had inauspicious dreams and visions of Ainashara in flames, and he must return there. Which brings us to Ainashara.
Oh my, hello. You may not recognize me. I'm the narrator, and I will be telling you the story of what happened to Baelthor. Our scene starts in the return to Ainashara. Wind howls across the scorched valley, carrying with it the dry rasp of ash and memory. Charred skeletons of homes claw at the sky like blackened ribs of a long-dead beast. The earth is cracked, sun-bleached, and quiet. Too quiet. But not for Baelthor. Baelthor walks with purpose. His cracked boots crunch over brittle bone and charcoal. But to him, this is cobblestone. The kind the children once played marbles on. He smiles. Do you smell that, Maggie? It's Old Man Fennel spiced loaves. Delicious. Maggie lumbers behind him. She says nothing, just watches. But when Baelthor waves to a woman hanging limp from a blackened beam, Maggie lifts the corpse's hand and gives it a gentle wave. See, still remembers me. Baelthor mutters with a contented nod. He strolls deeper into the ruin. Where others see wreckage, he sees restoration. He stops to greet a neighbor sitting slumped on a porch, her eyes long since turned to dust. Miss Tallow, good afternoon. Keeping a close eye on those troublesome kids again, I see. Maggie gently holds the corpse's jaw open in a silent chuckle. Baelthor chuckles with her. She was always a nosy woman, but bless her heart, she meant well. In the square where the well had collapsed and the rats made homes and skulls, Baelthor closes his eyes. The square is full of laughter. Children run, old folks gossip, a bard plays a lute in the corner. He breathes in deeply, completely at peace. He kneels, brushing away soot as if it were leaves in autumn. I knew it would still be here. I just needed to see it again. This is my home. We are still united in purpose, even after all this time. Behind him, Maggie lowers herself slowly, watching her master carefully. She places a charred doll in his lap, its fabric fused to ash. The eye long melted, but to Baelthor, it's whole again. A sweet reminder. Thank young Esther for me, Maggie. She is so sweet to give me her doll. I will keep it close. He rises, resolute. I'm ready now. Bechlin needs us. Our friends need us. No more doubt. He doesn't look back. Maggie does. She glances at the quiet bones, the blackened walls, the truth behind the dream. But she says nothing. She simply follows.
Baelthor's fucked up. Now I'll bring you back to the Free People's Army base. The night of the first day of Desnus. Pronounced Desnus. These nuts? Also known as May in our world. Gosran is officially over. It is the 24th day of the journey. Yanders, otherwise known as Young Anders, or just the better Anders, burst through Tonia's front door and tried to talk. And I went, and Mike asked, what's in his mouth? And I said, he can't talk. Yanders can in fact open his mouth, but no words come out. That's what I should have said, but I didn't. And now that's on the internet forever. Oh well. So anyways, we're back in Tonia's home. It's night. A low fire glows in the hearth. Tonia and Anders sit catching up after 20 years apart. The wind from the mountains howl beyond the stone walls. Then suddenly, Yanders bursts through the door and tries to talk to Anders and Tonia, but no sound comes out. Bloody hell, Yanders. What happened? You alright aside from that? Tonia points to his mouth. Yanders frustratingly tries to talk again, but clearly cannot. He motions to the rest of his body with his hands and gives a thumbs up, indicating the rest is okay. She turns to Anders. Stay with him. I'll fetch Thalin.
Oi, lad, what's wrong with you? Looks like you could use a stiff drink. Or maybe what you could really need is a stiff finger up your bum.
At the sound of stiff drink, he nods his head vigorously. And then the sound of the finger up his bum, he starts shaking his head.
Aye, I know, lad. It seemed to work a good trick for King Rez there, though. There's no denying it.
Moments later, Tonia returns with a cloaked figure. Father Thalen Merrick, the camp's battle-weary field cleric. His robes are plain. His holy symbol of Serenre, tarnished from age and soot, hangs about his neck. He kneels beside Yanders with quiet reverence. Thalen will cast Detect Magic as a standard action, and he studies the auras for 3 rounds, focusing on Yanders. He reveals a strong necromancy aura of the curse subtype. There now, I can feel it. Not just silence, it's sorrow. A scream caught in the soul. He gently places a white cloth over Yanders' chest and divinely focuses, eyes closed in concentration, and then he'll perform a knowledge religion. With his knowledge religion, he recalls lore of the elven undead, particularly banshees and their soul-shattering wails. What is it, Thalen? Some foul hex? No hex. This is a banshee's mark, lass. Not enough to kill him outright, but enough to steal his voice and drag his spirit to the edge of the veil. A banshee? Are you certain? Near enough. Thalen then goes to cast Remove Curse. He uses his holy symbol of Serenre and channels divine energy through the cloth. The cloth rises from Yanders' chest, blackens at its edges, and disintegrates into ash. A low moan escapes Yanders' mouth as light in the room flickers briefly. He gasps, then a full breath, and collapses forward, coughing violently.
Oi, lad, the wet corner's over that way. Look at the mess you've left on a rug.
Thalen, exhausted, wiping sweat, says, "It is broken. The curse is gone." Tonia says, "Yanders, can you hear me? Speak if you can."
I like the mother calls her child Ganders.
Yeah, it's canon now. It's just easier. It's like, who's she talking to? You never know, right? His voice is rough, raw, but audible now. Yanders, out of breath. They're coming. Not just the mindless ones. There's something else now. My men, Thalen. There are more in the barracks who are cursed. Please see to them. I will gather the other clerics and see to it personally. Thank you. Thalen takes his leave. Yanders turns to Tonia. It's over, mother. The final battle draws close. Whether we are ready or not, we had to close all paths but one in our retreat. We have maybe a week before the hordes regather and form a final assault on our portal location. After that, if they can use the portals as Kaelos suspects, it is over. They have access to all of Novus after that. Then we'll use the portals to rally what forces we can and ready ourselves. This may be the last quiet night any of us will ever know. Uncle, one of my scouts north of Kalam found one of your men, Baelthor. He brought them through the portal location we have there, to the temple where Kaelos is, to make sure he's not a doppelganger, as is tradition. Perhaps you can meet your companions there and prepare them for our war meeting tomorrow, if you lot are still up to the challenge, that is.
They've recovered Baelthor. Well, that's a turn. Excellent news.
Uncle, let's meet first thing in the morning with you lot. Tomorrow's going to be a long one, even by Pathfinder standards.
Right, fair enough. Like I said, get a stiff drink in you, lad.
Thank you, Uncle. And then as you close the door and leave the room, you hear, I lost a lot of men today, Mother. They've done their part. Now it's on to us to do ours. Anders is freezing until he gets to the heat stones, because Anders still does not have cold weather gear, but he will soon, thanks to Travis. And that brings us to the temple. The cave with the circle of heat stones around the center and the Sovian hieroglyphic writing all over the walls, chiseled into the stone. The same cave where you first met Kaelos and Tonya. K'rrick and Kaelos were working away, trying to learn the Sovian language with all the tools available to them. They've been pouring through the notes and other writings found from Adventure and a book our group found in an ancient library underneath the Church of Serenray in Betchland. Travis had bought cold weather gear for Anders and was preparing it for him, making sure it fits his friend just right. It's just then when an unlikely visitor arrives at the mouth of the cave. It's Baelthor, accompanied by a guard of the Free People's Army. He's just gotta read your mind, man. After that, you're all good, essay. Travis, K'rrick, and Anders, in your mind, you hear,
Let me make sure he is actually who he appears to be before pleasantries, please.
Kaelos, who I remind you is an Astamoy, it's been a while, approaches Baelthor. Kaelos has that striking alien appearance with a featureless face. Most notably, he lacks a mouth. He is a telepathic communicator. Do you give Kaelos permission to enter your mind, essay?
Baelthor, clearly taken aback by the guard's very intense words, Baelthor will turn to look at the Asamoy. Of course, I am an open book.
Kaelos enters the mind of Baelthor and takes his measure as the guard asks his questions. Are you Baelthor? Are you these homies that they were talking about, Holmes?
What? If you're asking, am I Baelthor, then yes, I am.
The guard looks over at Kaelos, and Kaelos nods. Are you a changeling, essay?
I am not a changeling. I am an elf.
Kaelos nods again in approval. Sweet, man. My work here is done. Adios, amigos. Sorry, Alexei.
Where are you from? It is a very interesting accent.
The South, man.
Oh.
And then the guard takes his leave. Kaelos then speaks with everyone inside their minds.
I will take my leave for the night and let you guys catch up. K'rrick, it was a joy to study with someone as intelligent as you. I look forward to our next session and what we might discover.
Yes, mighty Kaelos. Much good speakings with you as well.
Thank you, K'rrick. There is a place set aside for your lodging.
And in your minds, you all see the path to where you must go to spend the night. And you see an empty lodge and the path to get there. It's imprinted in your mind from Kaelos. And as he gives you those directions and leaves, he has a final message just for K'rrick.
Be careful with Baelthor. I sense a madness in him. It is controlled for now, and there is no immediate concern. But how long will it be controlled? This is something to monitor.
K'rrick also worried about this Baelthor. He leave us in time of need, but what he doing for? Not sure.
The boys are back in town. What do you do? Baelthor,
You know, sight for sore eyes. Check out this room. It doesn't have any tables.
Bloody hell, Baelthor, where have you been? You just up and disappeared on us?
Yes, K'rrick close eyes in squinty fashion and look at him strangely. What happened to you?
How's Maggie?
Oh, Maggie is fantastic. Would you like me to bring her out?
Of course.
All right, hold on for 60 seconds. And he will then perform his Eidolon summoning ritual. And yes, it is Eidolon, not whatever other words people make up. And Maggie, for those who do not remember, is a medium-sized, one-eyed, spiked monstrosity of an Eidolon that sort of coalesces next to Baelthor when he's finished his sort of ritual summoning, I guess.
With the genitalia of a Ken doll.
Correct. Ungenitaliaed. And as she sort of comes in, her toothed maw and long slavering tongue sort of hang out of her mouth.
Good to see you all again.
Hi, Maggie.
Hello.
Hey, Meg's quite the charmer, I see, as usual.
We haven't changed much. But I take it you received my note.
Who got the note?
It was covered in a bit of piss, but yeah, Anders found it.
Oh, because I was holding it in my hand.
That was the Yanders note, and then after it, you hit a spot, and then we joked that you found it with the piss on it. We were like, I can't read this, and you put piss on it.
Why?
Yeah, sorry, I might have fouled the note up a little bit in my absent-mindedness, but yes, we received it.
Before you read it?
It's really not a detail that's that very important, Just, we read the note in whatever condition it happened to be in when we read it.
Yeah, that led us on our adventures with King Raz. We can tell you all about those too, but we're more curious about what happened to you. Where have you been?
Yes, what happened with you?
Well, like my note said, I went home.
But we hear about you home. Maybe you tell us more.
Sure. It was pretty much exactly as I had left it. Could still smell the sweet baked goods. It was nice. Peaceful. It seems as though the war hasn't quite touched it yet, which is nice.
K'rrick would like to roll sense motive.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Oh, that was on the 18 forever. Now it's a 4.
Can I also?
You can do whatever you think Anders would do. Anders is notoriously suspicious.
6 for K'rrick.
17 for Anders as he squints his eyes. Rather odd timing, Baelthor, for a little homecoming.
Now, this is the fun part as a DM, because Baelthor believes everything he is saying is 100% the truth. He is not bluffing when he tells you guys this.
So, this is more of like, how do you want to do this
Yeah,
then?
I love it.
I rolled poorly on that.
Yeah.
Which, if he were lying, I would believe him.
Yeah.
He thinks he's telling the truth, and I've rolled poorly on this. Do I think he's lying?
No,
Okay.
because no matter what, he truly believes.
But even though I've rolled poorly,
I would say that your sense motive would be make it you're hard to discern.
You can't
Like you
figure
can't
it out.
tell whether I'm lying.
sure. So I just don't really know one way or the other.
Like rather than believing me, you'd be unsure, I guess.
Yeah,
Would be my
that would make
interpretation of it.
sense. Yeah,
This is a
'cause-
tricky one.
Well, especially with the truth that K'rrick knows.
yeah.
And K'rrick doesn't know he rolled low.
No, exactly. But that's what I mean.
But it's not going to change his mind either way.
Yeah.
He's still going to be suspicious.
Does Anders know how far away Ainashara is?
Yeah, we did describe it. And it is northeast of Kalam and southwest of the Everburn, in that area, which you don't know too well, but you know that area.
And game-wise, how long has Baelthor been gone?
That's fun
yeah.
That's a
for
fun question.
losers.
It's something.
And we're going to say that Baelthor caught the fastest horse he could possibly buy, ripped to Ainashara in record time, and was brought back via portal because reasons. Danny had a baby, all right? We're making this work. Don't you dare write me anything in the comments. Actually, write something in the comments, good or bad, because that's what I said before. But anyways, get over it.
And I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this would be, since everybody's fairly suspicious, and Baelthor fully believes in what he's telling everyone. However, Maggie knows the truth.
Yeah.
And so she's also standing there when they're asking these questions. So
That's a great point.
I was gonna actually bring up questions for Maggie in a moment, but
so we'll do sense motives on Maggie as well.
Travis is trusting of everybody.
Would Maggie lie for Maggie's master?
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly by moving corpses, so he... yeah, okay.
18 on Maggie.
18 on Maggie for K'rrick.
11 for Enders.
11 for Anders. And what is Maggie's bluff?
11.
11. So K'rrick and Anders both see a slight hesitation from Maggie as she shakes her head and becomes stern again. But there's something there. There's something that you guys are not hearing.
You all have been staring at me for quite a long time now.
Well, I mean, look at it from our perspective. I mean, you come back to us with the oddest of timing, with the most cack-handed of stories. It doesn't make sense. I mean, you just up and leave us for a quick visit back home for a place that's leagues of distance away.
I was having complications, and I found my focus on our tasks to be divided. If I had stayed much longer, I felt as though I would have cost the group rather than given to the group as I had been trying to do. I did not intend to be gone for so long, nor did I really know what I needed, but I knew I needed to go home and see that I still had support.
Aye. And how long until you need to go home again to see if you still have support?
I am committed.
I've had a vasectomy, and this will not happen again.
While we're chatting, Travis is going to make sure that he's getting Anders' cold weather gear all fitted up for him, and he's noticed that K'rrick is wearing his cloak of resistance that he got him. The blood red's looking pretty good on him, so he's looking pretty spiffy. And he's just happy to see Baelthor and Maggie again, because Travis, it felt like somebody was kind of missing from the group for a little bit, so he's happy to have the band back together.
And don't think that it doesn't hurt me to have left you. I was thinking about your plight, our plight, every day that I was on the road. And even while I was in Ainashara, revisiting our friends, I felt a draw to return. So I do apologize, but it will not happen again.
What is the biggest structure in Ainashara? Cut that out. Go on.
Silo.
K'rrick walk over to Anders, turn his back to Baelthor, and whisper into his ear. Watch Maggie for a moment while K'rrick asks question. Please.
Aye.
So Baelthor, we hear funny things about Ainashara. What happening there exactly? We're pretty sure it been destroyed by Killam. What say you? After he asks it, he looks directly at Maggie.
So I would say when you ask that question, Baelthor is looking at you, making eye contact like a normal person does. And then as you say that, his eyes kind of just glaze over for a second, as if he's gone briefly somewhere else. And for the listeners at home, this is just a sound in Baelthor's head, like the creaking of somebody swinging from a rope. And he shakes it off. Well, it is a town. It is the town that it was before. The Elven Paradise. As far as the stories you have been told, they must have been about a different town.
A different Ainashara.
Beanashara.
Ainashara?
B.
Yeah.
A and B. Yeah. K'rrick would like to roll sense motive on Maggie after this question. A 10.
Anders also shall make judgment upon. That is 28 for Anders.
So both Anders and K'rrick will notice that Maggie pulls the old kind of maneuver and scratches at her side and looks up at the ceiling.
Okay. For now, this your answer. Maybe we find out more. And no problems. We have much more to discuss.
Yeah, something stinks, but yeah, I'm sure it was another town named after anuses that got destroyed, Maybe it was that Cianus town I hear about every now and again. I don't know where I heard that.
Oh yes, with that deep reverse silo.
So do we really have an Anashara and a C anus, but no B anus?
For now.
Yeah, that'll be next.
Next one will be Banus.
Just Banus. Yeah.
But more importantly, what have you gotten up to?
We have many things to discuss.
Yeah, we fill Baelthor in on our meeting with Rez, with Raz, with everything that's been happening and the plan now moving forward to combat the evil and take down the Bishop of Betchland.
Wow, you met two very different people with almost identical names.
Very
Imagine
strange.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. It's almost like Anders and young Anders.
At least they're related.
It's not my fault. Those are the names our viewers chose.
We really did just choose them.
I would have chose much better. I would have chose much better names. Just saying.
The most beautiful.
Best names. So we have an option here where you guys just accept all this and start your nighttime morning routines, or if you guys want to roleplay more, just let me know because we got a lot to get through.
It's not that it's accepted, it's just we can move past for now.
What are we gonna do? Torture him? Sit him into a chair and torture him?
They'd probably like that.
Yes, we do that.
Here come the shadows, many shadows, the best shadows.
Oh, God. You wanted to get this done, didn't you?
Nobody makes better shadows than me.
That's true. That's just true.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Well.
So you have all reconnected with Baelthor and accepted what he's had to say for now. Inside your mind, you have perfect directions to where you guys are all going to sleep.
Perfect erections.
Erections.
Wow.
Inside your mind, you've reached...
It sounded like perfect
It did sound like perfect erections.
I don't know about you lads,
Perfect erections.
Perfect erections.
In our mind.
kind of feels like that Kaelos bloke.
In K'rrick mind, he have perfect erection all time.
the best erection. So you've reconnected with Baelthor and accepted what he's had to say for now. With Kaelos, you have learned where to sleep for the night. Does anyone have any nighttime routines they would like to go through before bed? If not, cut that part out. We'll go to the morning.
And there's rocks on mighty piss.
Would just like to go to this place, this mighty direction.
So what are we doing tomorrow?
Oh, right. Well, I was talking to me sis, and we're all needed for a bit of a meeting with Kaelos and me sis. And that whelp that calls himself the offspring of me sis.
So your nephew.
Yanders, you mean? You know, young Anders.
Yeah, the
Rez,
the slightly less capable Enders. Yes, that one.
not the cat.
Do you mean that make his name Slanders? That not sound nice.
Slanders. Oh man.
Seems we have a important day tomorrow.
Yes, of course. All this important. Doom coming.
Yeah, we have quite the task ahead of us, lads. We need to sleep well tonight. We discuss our fates tomorrow.
Are we safe to sleep here, or should we set watch?
No, this good place. We safe here.
Good.
It is now the next morning. It is the 2nd of Desnas, the 25th day of your adventure. There's a knock at your door. It's Yanders. It's time. A heavy overcast sky looms as snow drifts lazily down over the cliffside town. Yanders leads you, his breath steaming in the cold as his boots crunch softly on the frost-covered wood.
Yeah, Yandis, check this out. I got some weed for us later.
I don't know if now is the time for weed, but maybe later on.
Yeah, later, right?
In victory, we shall smoke together and get super ripped. From one swaying rope bridge to another, you cross from platform to platform, the wind tugging at your cloaks with each step. Finally, you reach the meeting hall. Its wide doors creak open, and a rush of firelight and warmth spills out, beckoning you inside. Welcome. Please, have a seat. The room is rectangular, built from timber and stone. Simple wall sconces casting a warm, flickering light on the walls. A large wooden table dominates the center, scarred with knife marks, spilled wax, and decades of use. Mismatched chairs line either side, some old, some newer. On the walls, maps of the Dragon Spine Mountains and its mountain passes are pinned to a corkboard on the wall, their corners curling, edges frayed. A few crates serve as makeshift shelves stacked with scrolls. There's a narrow hearth along the back wall, the fire low but steady, filling the space with a comfortable crackle. The room smells faintly of smoke, parchment, and old leather. It's not grand, but it's been the heart of desperate hope for years. At the head of the table, Tonya sits. On her left sits Kaelos. On her right, Yanders. Welcome, friends. We've got the unenviable task of planning what'll likely be our last battle. It's a fight that must be fought. And the way I see it, there's only one way to do it. This lich's appearance. That's where it all has begun. So it stands to reason he's got a hold over these creatures. Some sort of control. If we cut the head off the snake, I'm thinking there's a chance. Just a chance. We end the threat in Greslania for good. If we can raise an army to push back the horde at the portal, really threaten them, then more will leave Greslania. That's when the lich will be weakest. That's when we'll strike. This is our only chance. Fail here, and the dead will pour through the portals, free to terrorize the world. There's a secret tunnel we dug. A small group can make it through. It'll take you from our portal, near Greslania, straight to the hidden entrance behind the old Paladin Godhouse, the one Anders took back in his backstory in episode 3. That'll be your mission. Are you in? Fully? Truly?
You put me in front of that lich, and I'll cut his blooded head off.
I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Lich a very strange creature. What do we know more about this thing? Have you known, Tonya?
I am depending on you and Kaelos to deliver such knowledge in the time we have to gather our armies.
We are making progress deciphering the Sovian language, and we are hoping to learn more of what can take down this lich. But for now, this is our only hope, and we shall find what we can and do this attack, because there is no other option.
You speak of cutting off head of lich, but we must be careful with these things, you see. Cut off head of hydra to grow in place. We don't know enough yet. Kaelos and I must figure these answers before we go.
Well, I do know one thing, and that lich is going to pay. It's going to pay.
We do not have a choice. If the portals are accessed by the undead, the whole world will be at risk. We must gather the armies regardless of finding a way to kill this lich.
I'm up for montage.
There's not time for the montage just yet. There is more role-playing to be done before we get there.
I ask you again, are you in fully and truly?
Travis is always fully in.
K'rrick has been in for stopping Doom since he left Blarkstown many moons ago.
I am also in, and so is Maggie.
Anders slams his fist on the table. He says, you all know where I stand.
Yeah, you're right there.
And I'm going to stand in front.
Just fucking ruins his night.
We're the serious group now. No, that was
Travis was never the serious
I know,
one.
you were. And that was good. It was good. It was just funny. You just got Derek. That's all. That's why I'm filibustering.
I'm fucking zoned in. Anyways, it was good.
Yeah.
You all know where I stand. And where I intend to stand is in front of that lich. When I'll either strike him down, or I'll stand, or fight, and I'll blooded die. And you know what? Anders reaches back and, I know someone else that's ready to stand with me. And Anders draws already.
Yeah, we're gonna kill those fucking undead, baby! Let's go! Every demon's gonna die. I'm gonna bathe in their blood. Let's go! This is what I waited for my whole life.
The time is near, Artie.
Yeah. Just give me the Anders. He's much better than you.
You want to go back in the sheath?
No. Okay.
You know, I took you out for this big, awesome, cool, epic moment, and then all you do is you belittle me in front of the troops.
I'm sorry, Flanders. I'm sorry. I will never do that again. You know, I'm yours, and you're the one who holds the sheath.
That's right. You better. I'll pitch you right off this mountain. I'll go get a different blade. You don't think I can't kill that lich?
No. Let's not get crazy. I'm ready. I'm ready to kill the demons. I'm ready to attack and bathe in their blood.
Good. You keep that edge, Artie.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm so edging. I'm edging the shit. I'm an edgelord.
There's some clear fluid coming out of the tip of your blade there, Artie. What is that?
Don't mind that.
Well, I see nothing has changed.
Tonya,
We're lubed.
Tonya turns to Kaelos, and Kaelos nods. How are things in Kalam? Quiet, mother. The war seems to have intensified to the south with the elves of Tenebris. Some good news finally. That should help in securing Bechlin's full aid. Have you lot made any allies to call upon?
We have, yes. Of course. The bitches, as you say, should be with us to the end, I believe. Also, the Cyclopses are good friends now. But also, of course, the Guardians. We are, of course, the heroes of Fairhaven. They should be with us as well.
I might have an in with some other forest folk too. We have a Tengu amulet that I can work my way into the villages if we want to talk to them, and go look around and see who's here in the village and say. And there's some dwarf villages in the Ativan that if this is something that's going to end life as we know it, then they might be in to help us too.
How could we forget also King Resley and his barbarian friends?
King Rasley has assured me his presence. We will not need to send a representative to the barbarians, but a small band of dwarves or a small band of Tengu, however they may be, may not be enough. We only have time to secure large armies, and we ought to send a representative to each place. A voice appears in everyone's mind.
K'rrick should stay here with me to continue the progress we are making on the Sovian language. There is a high likelihood that we will find information to help us in the coming war. If we all agree, of course. Yanders.
Even he's doing it.
Yanders, it'll fall to you to make sure we're ready to receive them when they arrive at the portal.
Consider it done, Kaelos.
I love that Yanders himself has taken his name that he's
Just
had
easier.
his whole life. And he's like, in a moment, he's just become Yanders.
Just easier. He feels pity for his uncle, you know? He lets him have the real name.
Plus, he knows, makes him young Anders and him old Anders. So.
Yeah. Kaelos continues.
You will each receive a teleportation interlock calibration tactical key. Guard these with your life, as we have very few. There is enough for 3 of you. You will have to guide the armies through the portal to the second one, the Greslania portal. That is number 2. Remember, our base is number 1, and Bechlin is number 4. If what you say about the Guarians is true, the one for the Ativan is number 12. Although it is quite far from Fairhaven, we have not used that one, except to map its approximate location. The Cyclops sounds like a valuable ally, but you will have to bring them here, and hopefully we will find a portal close to where they are hiding on our maps. Who will it be? Who will chase down the Cyclops? Who will rally the Guarians? And who will convince Bechland to come to our aid?
So K'rrick is staying behind.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, K'rrick will stay with you for these parts.
This will be the most vital of information, I expect. And K'rrick is way smarter than all of the rest of you. By far, in fact.
Don't worry, Kaelos. We won't deprive you of K'rrick for your little slumber party that you've been having.
That is what I wanted. Thank you for saying that.
Yes, thank you, Anders, for being very mature about these things and understanding all of what he say. This very mature of you.
Yeah, I've been growing.
Don't be jealous, you drunk fuck.
You what? A rude Estamoy? Well, I never.
So what do we think?
Anyway,
then?
Either Betchland or the Cyclops with Anders. I imagine Travis would be the Guardian.
I would do the Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Baelthor will be the other one then.
So the question is Betchland warm to Anders or would they be cold to Anders? Because I think Anders, at least with the Cyclops, he was kind of friendly with, I don't remember his name anymore. Seekeb. And, maybe if there's a strength-related thing, he could kind of maybe convince them.
These are good thoughts. These are good thoughts.
I think that's it. Baelthor doesn't have much going for him. He's fairly charismatic.
He's kind of a loser.
He's been gone a while.
It would make sense for you to go with the Cyclopses, Travis to go to you.
Although Maggie is a Cyclops.
Or for him to go to, because it's like retribution. Or he's showing his new self. So really, I think.
And then as a parent, they would identify with you because you have your kids.
and
the Cyclops has the baby.
I'll summon them so that they can see my children.
What does Anders think?
Well, okay, so Anders has got low charisma too.
Yep.
So I think that's another factor. If it have to convince the town of Betchland, I mean, they already agreed though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They already agreed to help.
Yeah.
So
they know the dangers.
They need assurances, though. Like I gave you the fact that Kalam has focused on the war in the south, and that's what they were scared of. Right?
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, I think for this part of it, what does Anders think? Should he speak with the Cyclopses, or high risk, high reward with?
The more important question is Baelthor. Who does Baelthor have the most influence with? The Cyclopses or Betchland?
Probably he'd do better with Betchland, I would think. He's more of a civilized person.
He was there for the saving.
I think Anders would easily recognize that he's a bit of an embarrassment around Betchland and would not want to harm the party's chances in any negotiations that may be required with them. And he just wants to go and maybe have a rematch with Seekeb. I think I've got him. I think I could really beat him at an arm wrestle and maybe at a drinking competition too. So we'll see. It sounds like good fun.
I think that's the best course of action. I will speak to the people of Betchland and give them our guarantees.
Great, then I'm going to make my way to Feyhaven, see how much of this army we can get to help us here.
Right then. It's settled. You each know your tasks. See to him with all the strength you've got. I don't want to make this a big deal, but the world will end if you do not succeed.
Oi, sis, may I have a word? And he just, to her ear, he's like, if I'm going to go and convince these Cyclops, like I said, there might be a bit of drinking involved. You have a couple of casks that maybe I could bring with me, as a gift to them. Seekeb really liked it.
She takes a look at you and just says a big, deep sigh. Anders, is this another excuse to get right pissed?
No, it's for... Look, you haven't seen Seekeb drink, all right? Your offspring there had a mighty fine, nice bottle of absinthe, and that Cyclops downed it like it was a thimble, like it was nothing. And I didn't even get a proper taste, so it's only fair.
If truly you think that getting these Cyclops pissed on absinthe will help gather an army, we will gather that for you and have it ready for you.
Absolutely, I do.
He says with a big smile on his face.
Did you go up to her and we're talking to her in
yeah,
ear?
just as an aside.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he yells out, "Absolutely, I do."
Yeah.
Seems a shame to have just reunited with all of you, only to be split up again.
I don't believe this will lasting all that long. We should be baking very soon.
Let us bring this meeting to a close, and may the gods walk with us in what's to come.
And all of ancestors.
Now it's time for a montage. Everybody likes a montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
So everyone loves a montage, and we are going to speed through the gathering of the armies to get to the good stuff. So, Anders, Baelthor, and Travis all go to the portal place in the Free People's Army base. You all feel the same moment of stillness as you pass through the portal. Anders and Baelthor go into Portal 4, and Travis into 12. You all feel the same sense of shock as you return to normal life after passing through said portals. Anders, you reach your shack. Malar and Sekeb are both playing charts as you enter the door.
How's it going there, Melo and Sekeb? You're not putting holes through me wall, are you?
I, Malar, and husband Sekeb both help build wall. Small folk treat a little better. Young one uses toilet paper that young one's covered in house, but is good for Grib Grub. Grib Grub need lots of toilet paper. I, Malar. Thank you, Anders. Husband Sekeb, thanks as well. Sorry for attack. No control. We fine now.
Oh, I understand that. That's fine, and I'm happy to see you. You know, made yourself comfortable in me shack here. Sekeb, you're holding it wrong. You're holding it wrong. No, you put your hand like this.
Sekeb looks at you and does like an arm wrestle motion and just kind of smiles as he slams a faint arm into the ground that's not there.
All right, we'll get to that, but let me show you how to throw a proper shot.
Okay, roll the d20.
13 on the... I don't remember what any of the stuff was.
It's a 13 on the die.
You throw a good shot, but it does not make it into the secret hole.
All right, that was just a mulligan, but you get the idea. You see how I'm holding it, all right? Try it like that.
What make Anders come?
Well,
Easy, friends.
Repetitive
easy,
motion.
Easy.
Eye contact.
Medium pace.
Well, actually, I brought a bit of a gift here, and Anders shall bring forward the casks of absinthe that he brought with them.
Sekeb's eye rolls wide.
Yeah, big boy, you know what this is. You can smell it from there.
He just pulls a cask out of his pocket, like it wasn't like this huge thing.
They were strapped to me back. I'm a very large, strong man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pop the top there and dip a pinky in and... Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Sekeb grabs the whole barrel and starts shoving it down his gullet.
Oi! It's meant to last.
I think even for a giant, that would be too much to just slam.
Puts the keg down, wipes his lips, and just nods at you. Now he's got a stupid smile on his face.
No, how does that make you feel? Yeah, look at that. Anyways, Maylor, you know, well, I've brought you this gift. There is something else. You know, we were discussing that whole battle of good versus evil, you know, Greslania and the undead and the demons and all that, right? So it turns out that battle's going to be happening pretty soon. And we was just hoping that you would be there to help us, as it were. Maybe smash a few skulls.
I, Malar, am not strong enough by myself, but I can help you find Cyclops' hidden village. They go when they hide.
Oh, that'd be perfect. As many Cyclops as you can get us would be just absolutely fabulous.
I, Malar, help convince leader of Cyclops. His name, Tiger King.
Are you sure he can financially afford this? Will he be able to recover?
Husband Sekeb, grab Grib Grub. We go.
Well, you know, maybe bring the casks too, huh? Sekeb, don't be drinking it all.
He's already got the cask.
He's holding one with a straw. Got a straw sticking out.
Road pop.
Grub is sitting on the cask while he carries it.
So Anders brings the Cyclopean family, Cyclopi, to the portals. They stare wide-eye at the large circular room that seems as though it's floating in the center of a vast, timeless expanse where the 12 portals are. You make it back to Kaelos at the Free People's Army base, who first always make sure that they aren't doppelgangers, and then Kaelos shows them the maps. I, Malar, recognize these mountains. Cyclops go here when in trouble.
The portal to the barbarian lands is closest to that location. Portal number 3. It's a day's travel to get where you are pointing.
Cyclops King, don't do something for nothing. He will want land back. Land taken by undead. Will you offer this?
That won't be a problem. It is not our intentions to conquer or settle those lands. Our only concern is Greslania.
I, Malar, will go. Anders, lead the way.
Oh, before we go, one thing that Seekeb was telling me is that he refuses to help unless he gets another cask of that absinthe. If you've got one, maybe.
Kalos rolls a sense motive. It's a lot. So
10 on the die.
he rolled a lot, and he's also inside your mind. And you just hear only you in your mind.
Anders, the fate of the world is at stake. Perhaps it is not a good idea to get your friends pissed.
Look, it's not blood and fair, all right? He drank pretty much the whole thing already. I wanted to have a bit, it might be one of my last nights alive.
I, Malar, wonder, who are you talking to?
It's a long story, Malar. Look, it's fine. Whatever.
And now you're a day later, and you're with Malar in the hidden village of the Cyclops, tucked away in a valley in the Dragonspine Mountains. Most things here are made with giant bones and rope. There are over 100 Cyclops here, a rare sight. They truly must be spooked, but what's driven them out of the mountains. You have an audience with the king of this tribe, the Tiger King, an appropriate name as he has 6 Smilodons, large creatures, dire tigers with fangs like saber-toothed tigers.
You come with small folk? What doing? New tiny husband?
Your Highness, mighty powerful Tiger King Cyclops.
Yes, so powerful am I.
Yes, quite powerful. I've made friends here with a few of your people.
Yes, you are new tiny husband.
Right, yeah, don't know if that would work, but we were thinking that we might have a bit of maybe a way we could reclaim your homelands from those undead lot, if you would be interested.
Your husband, Seekeb, stayed behind, and he run. What you need of Tiger King, little puny husband?
Well, we need as many able-bodied Cyclops to help us wage a war against the undead and the demons. As many as you could spare.
I, Malar, preach to Tiger King. You run, and you say husband Seekeb is small. But husband Seekeb, stay behind and fight while you run. If we win fight, we will get our lands back. Can return to holy place to Cyclops. Back to your throne, Tiger King.
I just thought you said camera turns.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. And Tiger King just looks at you both and goes,
You bitch with the sun. I'm in.
I wrote them all different.
That's great.
Yeah. Back to Bechland. Baelthor and Anders have just high-fived as they go on their own paths. Captain Gerald notices you from the north gate of the famous dwarven-built round walls of Bechland. Bathorse! Welcome! What you be doing here? What word you bring of the north?
It is time to rally. I must speak with the heads of Bechland.
Aye, dire time, says I. I'll fetch Dick.
That dick is so fetch right now.
Well said.
And that brings us back to the modest town hall of Bechland. Waste not even a feather, as they say. Randolph the Orange sits on Richard Mark's right, and Captain Gerald sits on his left, waiting for you to plead your case.
It is time to gather the armies. We need to retake Greslania.
Well, Baelthor, what about our defense?
You need not worry about that. Kalam is well and truly distracted, fighting the elves down south.
Sure, if we send our armies. Even if it is safe right now, how many will return? What of our defense then?
If we fail up north, the defense here won't matter.
Dick looks at Randolph.
We also have discovered allies in the mountains, the Free Peoples. They will need a place to resettle once this all is over.
He slams the table.
Fine, you make some good points. But we will need more. We want an alliance contract with the Free People's Army. This will help defend Betchland after this war is won. I want signed by their leader that this will happen, and we will send our army.
All right, I'm sure that can be arranged.
And then Randolph the Orange will chime in. These heroes saved my life, and I believe their cause. It is a noble one, and will give my life purpose at this old age to truly do something that will help the world.
With a guarantee of troops, I have to say this sounds pretty good, lads.
And then Captain Gerald says,
Yar, by the blackened bones of me mother, ye son of a bitch, we be in.
And then we go to Gware. Travis will end up somewhere in the Adavan.
Where my bitch is at? Travis casts no direction to try to figure out, kind of situate where he is a bit.
Sure.
I cast the spell, so.
You are in that direction.
You are in a place of the Adavan that you have never been before. You come out of a secret entrance, the classic false boulder in an unassuming area, somewhere in the Adavan. In the distance, you hear the raucous roar of celebration. You follow in the direction of the noise, and as you get closer and the noise gets louder, you hear cheering, glasses and mugs clashing together, and the thumping of hands on wooden tables. It seems to be coming over just the next hill, just as you might wonder where the guards are. You see the hill in front of you come alive. It rises and shakes the dirt and debris from its scales. 20 feet long from head to tail. Scales the color of emeralds armor this ferocious dragon. A single sharp horn protrudes from the end of its toothy snout, not unlike a rhino. Roll a DC 20 will save for its frightful presence.
This is not a dragon I recognize.
This is a dragon you recognize.
That I said I wouldn't have to roll any more saves for.
You were surprised. It's a hill that turned into a dragon. Just go along and for the story.
Travis gets a 9.
With a 9, you start to feel terrified. But one giant eye turns and looks at you straight in your eyes. And you recognize Taurus, the green dragon, son of Nakata, the green dragon who famously helped create Feyhaven itself. And it blows air out of its nostrils at you, and you calm down as you see it's not threatening.
Travis will reach up and he'd like to roll a handle animal check to just kind of rub the front of Taurus's nose.
Acid breath. You are melted.
Yeah.
Not an animal.
I'm a very intelligent creature.
You would not do that to another human, so I will destroy you.
Yeah. Like goes up to the mayor, just starts petting his nose. Handle animal.
It's all good. We're just
Mr. Dragon, you don't know me. I can pet everybody.
Handle animal.
18.
With an 18, Taurus takes a deep sniff of you and then nods approvingly. He circles his area 3 times like a dog and then goes back to lying down. On the other side of Taurus, you see the celebration. Gwarian warriors in their grass skirts and tattoos of tigers, dragons, snakes, and mongooses. Mongoose? We don't know. All are set up outside in the woods, drinking and feasting. The first Gwarian to notice you approaches you. A 2-handed flambard sword at his back and impressive dragon-themed tattoos all over his body. He grabs an extra mug off a table on his way to you and hands it to you. It's a Kimbo. We just finished a battle. Ding dong. The witches are dead, he says with a smile, which is a mix of pride fueled by alcohol.
That is amazing. I didn't think anything would be gone that fast. But you guys work quickly. Well, I hope you guys are geared up for another fight, because we got something else for you.
Akimbo smiles at you and then blinks and then really looks at you. Wait, how are you here?
Travis.
Come on. It's great.
But no, seriously, for real. you should know this. This space is sacred. You have arrived in Fablehaven. There's no way you could have possibly known to come here.
Well, I just ended up here. We found these, and I'm going to show the Tic Tac.
That does not mean anything to me.
We've been on some travels since we left. We made our way to Betchland. We helped out with their plight. We found Anders' sisters, and we found everybody living up in the forest. We found the Free People's Army, and they are fighting some demons, let me tell you. So we are gathered here to try to get some help from everybody in the forest here, because we've got everybody envoys out going to all these places around the world, and we need Gua's help to take on these undead. And this is the way I got here. This is the ancient technologies they've got, and they have a place here. So I have a portal, a way back to get everybody there quickly, and then we can fight them and survive and win the day, and then we can get you back home.
These portals are not known to us. Guarding them should be a new priority. Elder Griff is here, as well as Grimson, new chieftain of Guer. I will talk to them. Remind them that without you, we would be at war with the gnomes over the missing Princess Gertrude. I will return when the conversation is over. Drink.
You don't have to tell me twice. Travels will finish his drink and just start celebrating, going and talk to some of the other Guardians of the day.
It's not long before Kimbo comes back to you. What have you been doing?
Trevor's been drinking.
Perfect. Just partying with the Guardians?
Yeah.
This time, he's accompanied by Elder Griff. Arms around each other's shoulders, laughing. They approach you.
A welcome sight indeed. Insert name.
I didn't know who was going to be where.
A welcome sight indeed, Travis. Just when it seemed glory had grown scarce, you bring us more. Chieftain Gremson, with his blade Night Wind at his side, has pledged to ride into battle once more to carve his legend deeper. What tale could better crown a new chieftain's rise than slaying the witch threat in Yadaven and then come to the defense of these mysterious portals, unknown to us until now, all within the first month as leader.
That's a pretty good resume. I think we have nothing but glory ahead of us here, and with your help, we feel even more assured about that.
It would be an honor to fight again with those who have helped rid me of my shame.
There is just one more person to ask.
An Elder Griff approaches the green dragon, Taurus.
Well, old girl, are you ready for another battle?
The dragon huffs and seems disinterested.
I hear the mountain goats in the dragon spine are thick this season. Plump and slow.
The dragon's ears perk up. It rises again and lowers its wing, allowing Elder Griff to get on top. Griff chuckles, ah, ha, 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 as he climbs into the saddle.
Thought so.
Akimbo turns to you with a lopsided grin, eyes glazed with drink and mischief. You son of a bitch, we are in. Now we are back with K'rrick and Kaelos in the temple inside the cave with Sovian writing at the Free People's Army base. Kaelos is reading through an ancient Sovian book found in the Dwarven Library underneath the Church of Serenre in Betchland.
K'rrick, I have found something. There is one verse written at the end of this book that happens to be in both Dwarven and Sovian writing.
K'rrick no speak Dwarven, I cannot read this, but hopefully, maybe you or we find some more.
Of course. I know you are intelligent, but you're not as intelligent as I am, which is okay. You are still much smarter than your friends, which I appreciate. It reads, when the final echo rings from the mountain's throat, and blood weeps backwards through the stone, the sleeper shall stir, the chains shall fall, and the world shall end, not with fire, but with silence.
Not sure what this could exactly mean, but it seems tied to all of what we're doing.
Yes, but more importantly, it gives us more words, as it is written in Sovian and Dwarven.
Yes, of course. This plus words on Earth, and also in this book with list ones, with all of these powers combined. Maybe, just maybe, we start to put this together.
Roll a linguistics check.
Don't be terrible. I'm gonna spin.
You're going to get an aid from Kaelos. Kaelos aids.
I am going. K'rrick would like to, since he rolled natural one, use his one reroll for finish chapter of 1.
Oh, shit!
To hopefully do better than natural 1.
Yeah, fair enough. Free reroll, you still get the aid.
These dice die forever. Ha! This much better. Linguistics of 25.
With the aid?
No aiding.
No, Kaelos aided.
29 for this with aiding of Kaelos.
Kaelos will return to the wall with his chalk and continue to circle repeating patterns.
Yes, this is good. This gives us a lot more words. And there's this one word that keeps coming up that I do not understand. We will have to discuss this at a further time.
And if you want to know what that word is, you're just going to have to listen next time.
Oh. K'rrick is learning this language. Must find out more.
Hey, did anyone notice how veiny these tic-tac keys are?
True fucking story, man.
Not yours.
It's sort of just pulse in your hand when you hold them.
The rhythmic sound of arrows slicing through the air echoed through the dense forest. The dull thwack, thwack, thwack reverberating against the trunks of ancient pines. A young dwarf, barely more than a child, stood poised in the clearing, bow in hand. His thick black beard, still in its early stages of growth, was tied in small braids, a family tradition passed down through the generations. He held his bow steady, squinting down its shaft, his small but muscular frame taut with concentration. Focus! His father's voice rumbled deep and steady as it always did. His father, a seasoned hunter with a battle-scarred face and hands weathered by time, stood by his side. Though his posture was still strong and imposing, there was something tender in the way he guided his son. The boy's aim wavered slightly with every pull of the string, the arrows missing their mark and thudding harmlessly into the trunks of trees. Thwack! Thwack! Thwack went the arrows, striking with monotonous certainty, their trajectory never quite reaching the targets his father had set out for him. You're not listening to the bow, his father said softly. Every sound it makes, it's telling you something. The boy, frustrated but determined, tried again, drawing the string back with force, his muscles straining with effort. Another thwack and another miss. Trying, father? I don't... The old dwarf raised a hand, cutting him off. You're trying too hard, Mac. The bow's not a tool to be conquered. It's not about the strength or your willpower. It's about patience, balance, and understanding. Listen closely. The boy's furrowed brow relaxed, though he still struggled to understand. His father wasn't just talking about the bow. He never was. The lessons went deeper than that. Always had. Thwack! The next arrow hit the tree with a dull thud. This time it was closer to the mark, but still off. You're fighting the wind. You're fighting the target. You're fighting me even, his father said, stepping forward, his eyes soft but piercing. He placed a hand gently on his son's shoulder. You have to stop fighting. You need to trust the bow. Trust the forest. Trust me. The young dwarf blinked, looking at his father as if seeing him for the first time. In the silence that followed, the breeze seemed to still, the forest holding its breath. You see, lad, his father continued, life's like that bow. You're not going to hit every target the first time. You can shoot your arrows 1,000 times, but the wind will always be there. The trees, too. They're obstacles, yes, but they're also teachers. Sometimes a target is closer than you think. Sometimes it's just about waiting for the right moment. The most important thing you can do, son, is learn when to let go. The boy's hand loosened on the bowstring, the tension draining from his muscles as he realized his father wasn't talking about the arrows at all. You have to let go, the older dwarf repeated. Of the anger, the fear, of the need to control. Let the forest guide you. Let it show you what you need to see. The boy nodded, his breath slowing as he allowed the bow to feel like an extension of his own body. Slowly, he let the string draw back once more. But this time, he was different. He wasn't fighting the bow. The thwack that followed sounded different. It was soft, certain, and true. It was as if the bow had been waiting for him to trust it. His father smiled, a small, proud grin breaking through his stoic lines on his face. Aye, son, it's all letting go. And the next time you feel the world pushing against you, remember this. You don't always need to force your way through. Sometimes, it's enough to just be still and listen.
Nice.
Now that is a backstory.
Are you sure you don't want me to play the father?
Tails is done.
I can do an Australian accent. I was in Point Break, you know.
Throw a shrimp on the barbie.
Fucking hell.